I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Superman number 16. Can Clark and the Justice League Incarnate get back all these stolen Supermen from across the multiverse? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, as we join the comic, the Man of Steel is in the clutches of prophecy, and you know what, it actually took me this long into the story to figure out that's what this dude's name was. Now, at first glance, this dude looks like any other evil emperor or villain you got going on in comics, but his main goals are actually a little bit interesting. You see, he's been stealing supermen and women from across the multiverse to siphon off their powers. Why, you might be asking? Well, it's because he fears a multiversal threat that is coming very soon and he wants to be powerful enough to stop it. We admittedly don't get a lot of backstory on Prophecy, but when we take into account his plan and the fact that he dresses much like the supermen and women do, you gotta figure maybe he was a protector of his universe once upon a time before going rogue. Now, once the supermen and women have had their powers drained from them, they're not killed. Instead, they're used as cheap labor to mine some sort of important metal that Prophecy wants for his operation. It's here Superman actually comes face to face with Kenan Kong, the new Chinese Superman from the main universe. They have a pretty cool little exchange wherein Superman basically says, "Geez kid, I wish I could have met you under better circumstances than these." Clark does, however, manage to give a rousing speech to all the other beaten down supermen and women to not give up. Why? Because help is most definitely on the way in the form of Justice League Incarnate. You see, Superman left a trail for the JLI to follow. Once again, making use of that whole Grant Morrison idea that the easiest way to travel throughout the multiverse is through a series of musical chords. The heroes figure they can track Superman if they can build themselves a device that will allow them to follow these chords to where Prophecy is hidden out in the multiverse. The only problem is that's going to take a lot of time they don't have. It's here that Red Racer, a multiverse version of the Flash, steps up and offers to make the ultimate sacrifice. He'll use his Speed Force powers to compress time so they can finish the device in minutes, even though he knows full well doing so will end up costing him his life, and it does. But hey, we get this really great panel that pays homage to the classic Crisis on Infinite Earths cover. Now, if I had one minor complaint about Superman issue number 16, is that in the end everything gets wrapped up into a neat little bow very quickly and without very little issue. Justice League Incarnate and the rest of the superhero cavalry show up just in the nick of time. Superman and everyone else ends up getting their powers back. Interestingly enough, they get it through a great big blue light, which, depending on where you stand, could perhaps be a reference to Dr. Manhattan interfering in events, or if you're like my buddy Matt, who's been pitching a great theory about the Superman we've been dealing with right now actually being electric blue Superman. Either way, though, the day is saved and Clark manages to head on off to China to get some food with Kenan and talk shop about being a superhero. All in all, Superman number 16 was a satisfying enough conclusion to what was ultimately a really cool and interesting story. We got to see Superman tour the multiverse, meet a bunch of the parallel Supermans, and even spend some time with the young Chinese Superman. If I was to complain, I would say that this whole thing moved pretty fast. I felt like the story could really have used one more issue to flesh stuff out. And, you know, at the end of the day, Prophecy himself wasn't that interesting a villain. Then again, with the intervention of Mr. Oz, it's not like Prophecy is off the table or anything. He could always return. Overall, though, I'd feel comfortable giving this issue an 8 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.